All right, we can probably go ahead and kick things off. Welcome to the Indy Contributors Working Group call for November 5th, 2024. Today on the agenda, we have the Indy Quarterly Report. Let's see, and as we just heard, we will wait till next meeting to get an update from Brian on the Indy Read replica project, and it will be a culminating presentation and demo to complete that project. So looking forward to that. And then let's see if there are any updates on the Ubuntu 22.04 upgrade, in any Indy Besu updates and discussion points, and any updates on Trusted Web. And then anything else that anybody would like to bring to the call. We are recording this call. We'll post it on the meeting page here later today. We're following the Linux Foundation antitrust policy and the LFDT code of conduct here. Let's see. If you'd like to put your name on the attendees list, please feel free. I'll send out the meeting page if you don't have it. And let's see. Looks like all familiar faces here, but if anybody would like to come off mute and give any announcements or add any topics to the agenda before we start, now would be a great time. All right, and let's see, just to call out that voting has started for this year's LFDT TAC election that goes till the 14th. And so go ahead and put in your vote. All right, let's see. The first agenda topic is the Indy Quarterly Report. This is a report every 3 months that provides project updates. These are used by the TOC to determine the health of a project. They're provided to the governing board in the TOC update. They're used to highlight interesting updates to the governing board. They're used by the TOC chair to provide project updates at the annual member summit and the global forum. And they're used to share interesting information with member companies by both the staff and TOC members. Let's see, so it takes about an hour to put together this report. Stephen, I don't know if you want to share more about the process and the purpose of these reports and the process from here.
Yeah, I have been doing them, and I'm looking to pass off the Indy one as I'm not as involved in Indy anymore. I think it might be too rushed based on the feedback I'm getting. That I'll probably do this one, but for the next one, would really like someone to take it over. So I'm not sure who it is, but I won't be doing the next one. But at least that'll get us through this quarter, and I definitely would like input. So Renata, if you could provide the normal input you provide on Indy on Besu, that would be great. And then any other inputs from anyone else, either put them in Discord or send them over to me directly. And I will publish on Discord a link to the PR that I put together if I do it. There's still a couple other people that were suggested, or another person who might do it still. But either way, we'll get it done for this week, and then look for someone to take it over in the next one. All the quarterly reports are on the tax site. I believe the tax site has now moved, and I had been looking earlier today for that link, but I can definitely give the link for past reports. So I'll just provide a link to the last report in a moment.
Cool. So they're no longer at this page, since it's Hyperledger, or
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can
Yep,
put any
that
new
is the
links on
page.
the meeting
Yeah.
page.
Yeah. I'm putting a link to the last Indy report. And the reports are back to the quarter intervals. So this report will cover June to the end of September.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Great job. Thank you. Awesome. And yeah, as we said, we'll wait till next meeting to receive a presentation and demo on the Indy replica project. So looking forward to that. Let's see, in terms of Ubuntu 22.04 upgrade, I think we are still waiting for a
You'll stop.
review on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's see.
frustrating.
Let's see. And then, yeah, on Indy Besu, I'll hand it over to you, Renata, for any updates. Would you like to screen share?
No, thank you. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I don't have anything special about Indy Besu, but I can say that there are a lot of activities around Indy Besu revocations right now. So, frankly speaking, it is as usual. There are a lot of companies who want to have an implementation of revocation, and there are not too many people who already investing in this or doing this. So right now we are discussing this, and I believe we will have a good consensus and finally a vacation implementation for Indy Besu.
Cool.
Hey, Renata, do you know about Allosaur?
I don't think so.
Okay. Allosaur was a paper that Mike Lauder, Hart Montgomery, and a guy named Sam Jacques from Oxford at the time, now at the University of Waterloo, um, defined. And I did a discussion paper on their design. It's a scalable approach. It has MPC components to it. So the key management can be done with MPC. So that was one of it uses an accumulator approach. But one of the other features is that instead of the holder being normally a wallet, doesn't have the computing and capacity power to calculate their own witness. So the idea is you offload the witness to another server. Um, and that server, so the design I've been thinking about, and so I'll just paste this in, has has the idea of an update witness server that is operated by the wallet maker,
Mhm.
with the idea that the wallet maker already knows everything about you anyway. So offloading some additional work to a server associated with the wallet maker is not a bad thing to do from a privacy perspective. Anyway, you might be interested if you're having lots of revocation discussions, might be interested in this. And I'm happy to go over it. There's a HackMD document there that you could take a look at if that would be interesting. But basically, it gets you to million or millions of revocations and relatively privacy preserving. So let me know if it's of any interest.
Thank you a lot. Actually, I like this coincidence because speaking not only about revocations but about calculation, additional calculation out of wallet, like in the middle and encrypted, we have absolutely the same direction right now in DSR. So I believe it is a good field to continue this discussion.
Okay.
But actually, was it the last link you shared in the chat, like revocation design? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it is not available somehow, but let me
Okay. So let me make,
discuss
I
it
was
maybe
going to
later.
ask that. That's not
Okay.
good. Let me just change the permissions on it. I thought I had already done this, but I have
Thank you.
not done that. So, um,
Thank you. Anyway, we can continue this discussion in
yeah,
direct.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
thank you. Many,
Only
many thanks for
me.
sharing this.
Read and write, only me. Okay, there, share to everyone. Can you see it now?
No.
What?
No.
It works on my end now. I first wasn't able to see it, but now I am.
Oh, perfect. That
Okay.
maybe it is something with my internet connection. I'll double check, and if right now it is possible, I will find this document. Thank you.
Yeah, you should be able to, and you should be able to edit it. Yeah, you've got the edit button there. Click the edit button just to make sure you can edit,
Mhm.
if you would. Yeah, okay, good. Cool.
Nice.
Absolutely cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's see. Stephen, do you want to talk about Trusted Web and what's
Yeah,
happening on that
so just
project?
a couple of things going on with that. We had a good session at IAW on this. The At our last meeting um, a week ago, we think we're down to that the spec is solid and we're not likely to make any changes to it. So that's good. Um, we What was the other thing I was going to add? Coming out of IAW, there's a feature in TDW that is really easy to do on a web-based did, which is the slash who is feature. And suggestion has gone that we're going to turn that into a separate spec so that it can be used with any did method. So that's where we're going with that is the idea of it is whenever you have a did, you can do a did slash who is. And if it is supported by the did method, and if the controller of the did has um, published it, you get back a verifiable presentation that contains verifiable credentials about the did, and the presentation is signed by the did. So you get back a static file, if you will, but it contains verifiable credentials that can be verified, where the subject is either the did or an identifier related to the did. So the idea there would be things like a binding, a verifiable credential that someone in authority has published that says this did is owned by this legal entity, and then another one maybe that is the registration of that legal entity. So perhaps from Glyph, perhaps from a jurisdictional registry of legal entities. And so the idea there is you can find out who that is and decide if you trust that issuer. Another big thing we see it for is that a trust registry can publish a verifiable credential about a particular did. And so that instead of having to look up in a registry whether you find the did or not, you would just do a who is and get the registries that it's associated with, trust registries that it's associated with, and this idea of a binding with a legal entity. So um, lots of possibilities there. So we've decided to do it as a spec and try to gain acceptance of it in different ways. So that's the updates on that.
Good to hear. Awesome. Thank you for those updates. Let's see. So that is everything on our agenda. Are there other topics that anybody wanted to bring up on the call today? All right. In that case, we can probably go ahead and call it. Thanks everyone for joining and have a great rest of your day.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
day.
Thanks.